What do you think of the idea of doing a $1 reservation funnel? The person who asked the question says, I found many creators and agencies are doing this strategy. Do you think it's a good approach, George? If so, what can be expected with the VIP lead cost and the conversion rate? So what this is about is, again, in pre-launch, you can collect emails. That's one thing, and that's great. But what a lot of folks do is they build what's called a reservation funnel, where after people give their email, you also ask them to down pay $1, sometimes more. And that $1, then, for example, you tell potential backers, it ensures that they can get a VIP reward that might otherwise sell out quickly, or they get some kind of other perk. I think it's an excellent strategy, and it's mainly important because this tests the intent level of the emails that you're collecting. If you're collecting hundreds and thousands or hundreds of thousands of emails, it might be from people who just sign up, but are not really high intent. They might not convert. So by letting them take an action, by letting them take out their credit card, even if it's just for $1, that tells you that they have a really high intent on actually taking action on your project. So it's a great thing to do, if nothing else, to make sure that the quality of the emails that you're collecting is actually of a high enough standard that you can expect backers to come from this. So you're not throwing your money just to Facebook just to give you crap leads. So it is an important strategy, I think, to do. Now, there are a lot of nuances here. So some people just do the $1, and you could almost argue that the $1 is already somewhat of a low intent. We sometimes do $50 or $100 if the product is slightly more expensive, and it really works out great. One of the things to realize in building a reservation funnel is there's a bit more setup involved. You need to be able to process those payments. You then need to relink who made a payment to Kickstarter. Kickstarter doesn't have native integrations for that. So there's a lot of admin and things around it that you need to consider before setting this up, because it's not an easy implementation, but it is a really, really good system. Now, in terms of part two of that question was, what are the costs and the conversion rates? Hard to say, but I'll tell you some metrics from a previous project that we did. So we recently did a project that had this reservation funnel, and we had about a 35% conversion, I'd say, from email sign up to making a reservation. And from the people who made a reservation, almost 100% of them then converted into becoming backers. So it can be really, really good numbers. Now, obviously, your product has to be good, right? If you have a terrible product, or your Kickstarter campaign really disappoints, or pricing didn't match people's expectations, mileage may vary. But with a good campaign, well executed, these conversion numbers can actually be pretty significant.